is Charlotte and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be telling you guys some ways that you can make money as a college student. So these are a bunch of side hustles that you can do. So this video was super requested because a lot of you mentioned that you're currently saving up to buy stuff for online school, whether it's a MacBook or iPad or different things like that. So hopefully these ideas will help you guys out and think of some new ways to make some money and save up for these things you need to buy. So I really hope these are helpful, and if you guys have any other ideas or ways to make money, other side hustles, then put them down in the description. Okay, so the first thing that I have for you guys is selling your art. Now don't skip over this if you're not an artist. I personally am not an artist. I do not think I'm super artistically talented, but I have gotten really into digital art. So you can literally just mess around with like text or type out something as simple as like your university's name in a fun font. You guys can sell your art or designs or digital art on sites like Redbubble or Society6. These are like marketplaces where all you do is you upload your art and then they take your art and turn it into whatever product you want. It could be a sticker or a magnet. There are so many things now. They're even doing masks, like so many designs that they're doing, and it's totally passive income, guys. You just upload this design and that's it. Like, people order it, they will make it for you and they will ship it out for you, and you're just gonna get a check in the mail every once in a while. Okay, next up is selling your old clothes. I started doing this after my closet clean out video, which I will link up in the cards. And basically, I got really obsessed with Curtsy, which is a lot like Poshmark. It's like the same thing. But I just thought it was more aesthetically pleasing, and they say it's aimed towards college students, but all I do is like post a picture, and then every once in a while I'll get an email saying someone bought my shirt, and then I will just mail it out. The really nice thing with Curtsy too is you could purchase one of their mailers and they send you this like whole packet with a bunch of packages and like inserts for the shipping labels and stickers and stuff. So it's really easy. As soon as someone orders something, then I just pack it and ship it out. Okay, this next thing is something that I've really considered doing recently. I just haven't had the time to put into it. But if you guys have a lot of like job experience, let's say you're an upperclassman or something, you could be doing resume reviews or mock interviews with people. So I've been really thinking about like going over people's resumes for just $5 or something. A lot of my friends have come to me to help them out with their resume just because I really like the design aspect of it, and I feel like I've gotten a good sense of what should and shouldn't be on a resume just from all of the workshops that I've gone to throughout college and my experience with jobs. And then let's say you're like an engineer or CS person and you have a technical interview. If you have experience with technical interviews, you can coach people and charge them for that. It's kind of like tutoring, but specifically for jobs. I had a lot of friends who were coaching people for technical interviews. They usually did it for free, but hey, if you wanted to make a business out of it, you totally could. So the next thing you guys can do is check out this site called Rover. So I just recently discovered this, and basically it's like a dog walking slash like pet care site where you guys can get paid to walk someone's dog, or like if they're going out of town to take care of it. You can pick whatever you want to do. I just feel like that's a really easy way of making some money, especially if you guys love pets. I know I really miss my dog whenever I'm out of college, so I would love to get paid to just walk people's dogs, have some interaction. Okay, next up is something that I've gotten emails for such a long time, and I just haven't acted on it, and I need to do it. You guys can sell your notes. There are so many websites. Honestly, just Google places to sell your notes because there are so many. But basically, you can get paid for handwritten notes that you have taken for a class. They usually like have you type in your school and exactly the course, and then you get paid based on like the quality of the notes. Depending on the website, they usually like evaluate your notes and how in-depth and legible they are, and then they can pay you for it. So you guys already have those notes, and if you have really good handwriting, then I would recommend just selling what you already have. Okay, this next thing is like very broad, but it's mainly broad because it just depends what you are good at. Sell and take advantage of your skills. Like, let's say you're really good at photography. Charge people to take their senior photos, or charge people to just do a random photo shoot. Or if you're really good at graphic design, you can work on their resumes or help them out with their Instagram feeds. Or if you're good at CS, you can make websites for people. There's this website called Upwork where you can sign up to be a freelancer for like a bunch of different categories and a bunch of different skills. So I would check that out and see if there's like a category that fits you. If you're really good at CS, or I think they have like accounting too and a bunch of stuff, then you guys could sign up for that and find a way for you to get connected to people who need the skills that you have. So this leads into my next idea, which is tutoring. And this is something that I am doing this semester, is I'm going to be tutoring. A lot of colleges have in-person tutoring networks that you can do. I know like the engineering school at USC has one specifically for engineers. I very much doubt that is open right now because the school is online. So there are a ton of online tutoring sites like Wyzant and Chegg and TutorMe, I think is what the third one is called, where you just like sign up, say what classes or subjects you're interested in teaching, and then they will pair you with people. You can put in a schedule. This is like super flexible. You'll usually end up getting like a student or two and set up like the same time. Like, it works with both your schedules, and this way it can refresh your memory, but then you can also get paid for like helping someone learn something. All right, now this would only work if you have a car, and honestly, I don't really know any college students who do this, but it is a possibility. You could be an Uber or a Lyft driver. Another great thing about being a Lyft or an Uber driver is it's totally on your own schedule. So you guys can just do it on the weekends when you have class during the week, or like at nights or something after you have class. So if you have a car, that is one great thing that you can do. And another thing is you could work for Postmates or Grubhub or DoorDash and with your car, or I guess also your bike if you wanted. It's less like human interaction, and with COVID going on right now, like Ubering and Lyft might not be the best idea. So Postmates is obviously huge right now since people can't really eat out. So you guys could do that. It's a lot less human interaction. Next is something that I really need to get back into, and that's investing. And I feel like so many people are just afraid of stocks and investing, but I've been really into Robinhood in the past, and that's basically just a app that helps you. They're a broker. They're an app that helps you with trading your stocks and ETFs and investments and everything. So Robinhood's really cool. I've also used Fidelity in the past, and that's what I'm using right now. My dad usually helps me a lot with investments, but I feel like it's just such a great skill to learn. Learning how to invest, learning how the stock market works can be very beneficial. I know there are a million YouTube videos out there about how to get started with something like Robinhood. So yes, you do have to put some money in to get some money out, and it's a bit more of a risk, but you guys would learn a lot, and it would also prepare you for the future if you you should invest in the future. Okay, next up is babysitting, which is how I used to make all of my money before college started, and I was kind of surprised at how many of my friends still did babysitting in college. So if you live near your hometown, you could probably still hit up your old contacts. I knew a lot of girls who would babysit for professors. Also, with COVID going on, so many people need childcare, so I'm sure you could find some people who have essential jobs, medical workers who like have to go out. You could potentially babysit their kids as well. I know it's a bit more of a risk, but I'm sure if it was a family that you knew, or if you guys set up some type of arrangement, then that would be a really great way of giving back to the community also, and helping people who are really struggling with childcare right now. Okay, the next thing, I know not everyone can do, but I just had to include it because it's one of the ways I make a lot of my money, and that's essentially to start a YouTube channel or like a blog, basically kind of getting into the whole influencer sphere. I know you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in order to become monetized, and sure, people make money through AdSense, but there are a lot of other ways that you can make money on YouTube, and that includes affiliate links and sponsorships, and those are just other ways where you don't have to have those 1,000 subscribers to start getting paid in that sense. So if you did want to start a channel, I know it takes time for it to become like an actual source of income, and obviously you should not be starting a channel solely because of that, but I did have to include that in here because it's one of the ways that I make money and I do feel like it's really fun to do. So another thing that you guys can do, and this is kind of going off the whole influencer idea, basically you can become a brand ambassador, and you don't have to necessarily have a huge following to be a brand ambassador, like at all, but there are so many companies that have these ambassador programs like Bumble, TikTok, Victoria's Secret, Pink. Those are just some that I can think of off the top of my head, and usually you can apply for them on their website, or sometimes they'll reach out to you or something on LinkedIn or things like that. So that's one way of like not only making money, but it's really fun because they send you a lot of merch and everything. So I would look into that. I assume most of the deadlines have passed for the fall 2020 timeline, but you guys can like look into it for the spring if that's something that you're considering. Okay, the next two things I'm going to talk about are the more obvious things, but once again, I felt like I had to include them just because it's probably the most common ways that people make money while in college. So the first one is just getting a part-time job, typically an on-campus job, and I know right now because everything is virtual it's a lot harder, but this past year I was working by teaching kids science. Like I would go to a local elementary school and I would essentially teach a science class. My understanding of it is now they're teaching the kids virtually, so they're still getting paid, and a lot of jobs are trying to figure out other ways to still have staff on board. I have friends who are working like 2 or 3 virtual / partially in-person campus jobs right now. It could just be monitoring the front desk or working at the library. There are a lot of jobs too where you can do some homework as well on the side. I personally don't recommend that because I do think if you're in a job you should be like totally focused on the job and not doing homework. But I know there are a lot of them, especially like front desk and library jobs, where you can kind of do some work on the side so it doesn't take away from your schoolwork. Okay, and then lastly, I just wanted to talk about internships. So most people tend to get internships in the summer, but it's also really common to get like a fall or spring internship that happens after school, or maybe you like are at school on Tuesdays and Thursdays and do your internship Monday, Wednesday, Friday, things like that. Once again, with COVID, most of them are virtual, but virtual internships still exist right now, and there are in-person ones existing as well. So that's how I made basically all my money this summer, was through my internship. If you have a less demanding major, or if you decide to go part-time for a semester, then you guys could totally do a online or in-person internship and get a little bit more money. Okay, so those are all of the side hustles that I have for you guys. If you have any other ways of making money for college students or just like anyone in general, then please let me know down in the comments. And I believe that is it. So I will see all of you guys next time for my next video. Bye!